Pizza with Italian chicken meatballs and 5 cheese tortellini? Let's do it. Well, no time for small talk in this episode. We're ready to work with the flour, and we're going to put it down onto the countertop. I already have my light dusting of flour on there to be able to pick it off of the countertop. That was important. I didn't show you that, obviously. And I also sprayed the pan with a canola oil spray to make it easy after the dough had been rising in there to get it out and get it onto the countertop. And let me just flatten it out a little bit, and as soon as we're done with that, we'll be ready to work with it and getting it into the pans. Okay, now that we have it on the countertop, what I have to do is, straighten it out, pound it down, get it equalized so I can cut segments. That's because I'm making 4 sheets of one type of pizza and 1 sheet of an experimental pizza, which is not really covered in this particular video. But you'll see I'm working without gloves. Nope, now I gotta get my gloves on. Okay, now I can actually cut the pizza into 5 segments. There will actually be 4 segments that'll be somewhat equal, you'll see. And then there will be 1 segment a little smaller for a slightly smaller style pan, which is my experiment. And that's the one at 3 o'clock right there. Okay, we'll get 1 small segment into that pan for the experimental pizza. And then it'll be time to show you how to make and press a regular sheet. This is our quarter sheet pan that has a ring of olive oil in it. I'll spread it around, get it all the way through and into the corners of the pan. That's my way of making sure that that does not stick into the pan, and that is really going to also help me press it into the pan so it doesn't stick to the metal when I'm pressing it into the pan. That helps greatly. And right here, the whole goal here is, and as you see, I'm actually picking up flour in my hands off the countertop to actually press down into the top flour to keep the dough sticking into the pan, but not to my gloves, and that is the way I like it. Oh, that's the way we all like it. We don't want to stick it to our hands. And here we go. The goal, as you see, is for me to press it in, get it even, get it equal, get it spread across the entire sheet of the pan. And we shouldn't be able to see the sheet. I see a few holes there, a few thin spots. But by the time we're done, we should see pretty much an equal sheet of pan that'll be ready to go into the oven and be par baked so that we can, whenever we want to, on it and not have to worry. Once the dough is pressed into the pan, the sheets will be partially baked or par baked. Here's a good tip for you. As you can see it down here, I'm going to move this down. I'm par baking the dough here, and I par bake it for about, maybe, probably about 7 minutes. About 7 minutes. So then what I do is after it's par baked for about 7 minutes, this one just came out, so this is hot. So I'm going to take this, and I've got parchment paper here, and it's a little, it hangs over a little over the edge on each side. About an inch on this side, inch on this side, and you'll see why. There's a reason, and the madness is calculable. I want it to ride up so that on each side, I've got a border here, flip it around, border here, because I go to the edge with all my sauce and my cheese and my ingredients. So the parchment helps me pull it out, and when I separate everything to cut them up in pieces, or when I serve it, if it's made for live service, then it's so much easier to handle with the parchment, and also the crust actually will become a little more dry and a little crispier because the water displacement of the parchment. And also when I'm finishing it at the bottom of the stove on the stone, that helps a lot from having the crust burn. So this is really good if you can get parchment, and you can always get this with the wider parchment. It's available in most stores. So try to use it if you can. You don't have to. It's not a deal breaker. It's something I just like to endorse. Thanks. Well, I ripped my gloves, so I'm going to have to put a new set on. I've got my cornstarch, trusty cornstarch, and I'm going to put it on. And is it going to get into the food? Well, you can see it is. But once again, it's cornstarch. It's edible. It's safe. For the two cheeses, we're going to be using mozzarella and Swiss. And the mozzarella there is on the left and the Swiss is on the right. And I really like the combination of the Swiss and the mozzarella because the Swiss gives it a unique characteristic that I don't get in other cheeses like provolone. And I really like it.
What time is it?
Oh yeah, another Zone Trivia Minute. In 2017, this pizzeria had its pies made with the assistance of 3 robots. What was the name of this pizzeria? Was it California Pizza Kitchen, Lou Malnati's, Mod Pizza, or Zoom Pizza? The answer, Zoom Pizza, based at Mountain View, California, in Silicon Valley, of course. That makes sense. What would you think is the name of this robot seen here? This is the robot that takes the pizza off the assembly line and places it in the conveyor oven. Is it Bruno, Merlin, Z73, or Zabot? The answer? Bruno, but I like Zabot so much better. Also in 2017, Pizza Hut partnered with Toyota to develop pizza manufacturing robotics, and Little Caesars applied for at least 1 patent on pizza robotics. That ends this Zone Trivia Minute. For this pizza, I'm using my red sauce, and that's something that I've been working on for a while. Actually, for a couple years trying to get my red sauce where I would like it, and I've used other sauces, but I've changed my tune to more of a sweet sauce, and a sauce actually that has basil in it. And I really do like that. I like the bite, that's not so much bite, but the notes that good basil carries out into a sauce and good quality tomatoes in a sauce generate for you when you're making a red sauce. And that's something I will share in a video coming up soon. What I find funny here is now I'm actually going to use Parmesan. And it's something I normally don't do on a pizza. And I'll tell you why. Because I usually always add it to the sauce. I always have it in the sauce. But I didn't do it because I actually heated this sauce as part of the process I have of making the red sauce that I will once again share with you. Okay, now comes the making of I was going to checkerboard. I was going to say tic-tac-toe, but really on a much larger scale, this is really a checkerboard or a chessboard if you're more sophisticated. My goal is to get a bite of tortellini, a bite of meatball, a bite of tortellini, a bite of meatball. It's a voyage as you go through it. You get different bites at different ends of the pizza, and that 5-cheese tortellini is really good. You really do taste the 5 cheeses in the tortellini I used. Now you could use meat tortellini if you like. If you want to make an all meat affair or a dish, then fine. I do like the cheese in the tortellini, so that's why I chose the 5-cheese tortellini. Because there's plenty of meat in those chicken meatballs from Adele. Anyways, let's watch myself work at a very high rate of speed. These are organic baby sweet peppers. They were yellow, orange, and red, and they were in like a 2-pound bag. And I actually cut them up, diced them up, stored them, and froze them. I never cooked them, and they were very sweet. And so I pressed the water out of them and used them here on this pizza. It worked out great, really great. Now the combination of what I want: the Swiss and the mozzarella, mix it in the little mixing bowl. Yeah, we got to make sure it gets mixed. I love this. I can tell you, I can give up meat. Don't ask me to give up cheese. And there you go. Let's cover that up. Let's create the magic, which is za. You don't do that without cheese. And into the oven. Wash, rinse, repeat. Number 2. Batter up. Let's get that one ready to go. Yep, mix the cheese, put it in. And I really do like the Swiss combination with the mozzarella. It is amazingly good. A lot of pizzerias do that, more than you think. There's more out there than you know. Like Eno's in St. Louis. Now, one of the important things to do get it out of the pan here. So I'm going to lift up the paper, which isn't hot. The pan's scalding, but the paper is not. So I'm going to lift it up like this, and lift it, whoop, and shape it like that. Yeah, it's a little hot, of course. Shape it like that. Pull it out. A little hot, but not too hot. It hurts, but still. All right, now what? I want to get the paper off. So the parchment is what I want to go off. So I'm going to go under the parchment and watch that. Look at that. That's amazing. Amazing. Okay, so remember we talked about the pizza stone and how the pizza stone is your buddy, your friend, the crisper? Well, we're going to do that. We're going to put it in for 2 minutes and 30 seconds here. We're going to go take the pizza and transfer it down for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's already cooked, but we just want to crisp up the crust just a bit more. I will take it down and lay it onto the stone. The timer goes off. I'm going to be lifting up the finished pizza to the top rack to take that out, bring the cooked one down, put it on the bottom, put it on a timer for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and we'll be done. Alright, next one I'm going to do is cut the pizza. Now, this is one of the dumbest things I've done ever, and I don't think I've done this on any other video other than this one. So I'm going to post it without myself being on camera eating it. You're only going to see my hand when I'm sampling the pizza. One of the dumbest things I've ever done. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, wait, I wasn't thinking. But anyways, you'll see it coming up next. I'm going to take the smallest slice, which is this one, because I'm not that hungry. But this is what you're looking at here. This is what you're looking at. The meatball, tortellini. It's still hot. Oh, wow. My sauce, which you will see this recipe for, is perfect for this because it's a sweet basil sauce. Oh. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, knucklehead. Next time get on camera when you're eating. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.